Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is Rage, and we are back today to kind of go through the quick best value offers right now that are in the game, as well as pointing out some big red flags that you should avoid. So first of all, guys, if you head over to the supply store, that's really where all the offers are located, right? The time heist one, it really depends on if you really want to get to the end game as soon as possible. Now that they've added the boosted accounts, to be honest, I don't know if it's worth it. Just because if you're actually spending a decent amount of time in game, to get to level 80 now only probably takes a month or two, just going through the boosted rates, right? So definitely something to be considering, guys, especially seeing that it is like $129.99. Again, that's in Canadian dollars, pretty sizable, right? But guys, I do want to point out, as enticing as it is, seeing these new characters coming into the game and so forth, I definitely think these are way overpriced. When you have new characters in the game, yes, you're getting the introduction of the new character, but you can see it's going to be hard to keep up. 180 shards for a character like Guardian for $129.99, again, Canadian dollars. It just adds up so much over time. The only time I would consider this potentially is if there's a meta-changing kind of character being added into the game. A character like Black Knight. But that's also why I save a boatload of power cores for these new character additions. So these new characters, unless you guys absolutely need them or unless they're absolutely meta changing, I would avoid it just because of how costly it is. And once I show you guys the best value deal in the game, right? So going down, stuff like this, where you do get a little bit more training mats here for some dark promotion credits, not terrible. Those few bucks here and there isn't actually that bad, but stuff like this here too. And usually with any of these gold offers is kind of where we see the terrible and utmost avoid these offers kind of value, right? 25 million gold for $70 with additionally some crimson gear materials here. To be honest, not that crazy, but you're paying a hefty amount here. And usually for myself, if you're doing the math, if you're trying to spend money on gold, there's a 1 to 2 conversion. So if you're spending $2 for every 1 million of gold, that's when I would consider it to be somewhat of a decent offer. So if you guys are ever wondering. So again, Spire Society characters, you're getting obviously some additional shards there, Penny and Peter B. Parker, and 6 million gold with some dark promotion. But for $34.99, the question here ought to be whether or not you need these characters unlocked. If you're close to unlocking them, that would be probably the difference maker, but the gold is pretty negligible. Dark promotion credits does help a little bit, but not much. This one's, 4.5 million gold for $13. That's what I'm getting at here, right? It's getting closer to that point where it is somewhat reasonable, but other than that, nothing crazy. Always avoid the red promotions here just because of the fact that they're mainly already farmable with the descaling of how the gold economy is now, especially the gold elite credits, right? And then character shards like this, these are better because you're getting like 30 shards for a few bucks here and there, and if you're close to unlocking the next star level, not terrible. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at, guys. And then the list goes on and on, and they're all pretty awful, to be honest, especially once I show you guys where the best value is. So $24.99 for about 15 million gold. This is actually not terrible, right? Again, that 2-to-1 conversion, this actually is almost there in terms of the value, so that's not terrible. But then other stuff like this where you get augmented gear naturally, training materials, and a little bit of gold for a character like Dawkins when he's going to be coming around the corner pretty soon here in terms of farmability in the coming months. Not worth it, honestly. So yeah, as you guys can see, like I'm just pointing out all the big red flags here. They're just not really that good, right? Little stuff like this, these smaller ones are probably the ones that do have a bit more extra oomph in there, just because you're getting some level 4 ions, you're getting some of those level 5s, especially if you're trying to push for Apocalypse. And in addition to that, you get a little bit of more gold here, that 1.5, and then just for $4, that's actually not terrible. And that's kind of the gist of it, guys. Now, I'll tell you what is an insanely good deal when we take a look at everything that's been presented here, right? Like, especially if you're building toward Dark Dimension 7, and look at this, right? We're getting about, 30 materials here for Crimson Gear for 50 bucks. Terrible deal. Unless you guys are absolutely, needing everything you need to ramp up here for Dark Dimension 7. Terrible deal, right? Again, 5 million gold, only 6 orbs here with a bit of training mats, 50 bucks. Terrible. Avoid all these guys because now, if you take a look at both what's happening in the Battle Pass and the Strike Pass, you're just getting an insane amount of value, just the amount of resources that you're getting for what you're paying, right? So the Strike Pass, this refreshes every 2 weeks, and if you hit the activate here, you can actually purchase this. Now, keep in mind, I'm just going to go through the fully unloaded one, but $24.99, guys. $24.99 gets you all of this. You get 12 million gold, which is already that 2-to-1 conversion. 1,000 power cores. Are you kidding me? 80 of the Panda Pool shards. You're getting, over 100, 200 pieces here of the catalysts for materials. Augmented gear for teal, pushing characters to gear tier 17 and 18. And more importantly, guys, actually at the very end, you're actually getting, actually it wasn't included there, but you're getting these really big unique pieces here, especially if you're building characters for Dark Dimension 7. Look, check this out. This is this Crimson Hammer Tick right here. The 9 pieces is equivalent to 7.2 million gold here, and it can be utilized for a character like Red Goblin. If you wanted to bring up Panda Pool, Spider Slayer, that's huge, guys. That's absolutely huge. There's the 10 orbs right there. And again, back to what I was saying earlier, guys, the fact that you're getting so much gold already from this value perspective, absolutely massive. And you get also the bonus shards if you're doing that one. But regardless, my point is this: it's just an insane amount of value, and on top of that, the 1,000 power cores. Even if you go back to the supply store for the offers and you go strictly back to power cores, it cost another just about $12.99 to get you 750. So that already is like 50% of the value there. So if you guys are spending in the game, go for the Strike Pass. The Strike Pass is probably the best bang for buck, especially the gold, the crimson gear, the character shards are getting featured, and all the augmented gear and training mats, absolutely massive. In my opinion right now, the second best is probably the Battle Pass. It's a very similar story. Battle Pass, if you go to hit activate for the bonus materials, what you would be getting potentially is all this, right? If we just group it up. Obviously, Cosmic Ghost Rider is the featured character here, but you get 500 power cores. You get 15 million gold. The big one that you're getting out of this is obviously, I believe there's more augmented gear here. Not as much crimson that we saw previously with the catalyst, but you're getting more of these origin gear pieces here, right? So actually, it might even be very well comparable to what we just saw with the catalyst. So pardon me for that. But regardless, my point is this, guys. Go for this one if you want a little bit less gold, but you're getting some Cosmic Ghost Rider shards. You're getting half the power cores, but you're also getting the T2 level 4 ions. And on top of that, what I didn't mention yet is the dark promotion credits, right? This is one massive way to be earning this, because 3,500, it goes a long ways. That can be a character or two in upgrading, especially to those dark promotion featured characters. So that's really the balancing act you have to do. I would say go for the Strike Pass if you guys are more interested in, obviously, Panda Pool. Again, you're getting the opportunity here for more of these diamond opportunities, the diamond promotion. You got power cores, you get more of the crimson gear and catalyst in general. But you don't get any of the T2 level 4 here. As you can see, this is level 5. Oh, sorry, my mistake. There's actually 1.25 million there. So never mind. This is actually better for level 4 and as well as level 5 and the crimson. But conversely, the battle pass is giving you more dark promotion credits here, in addition to character shards here for Cosmic Ghost Rider, and again, some of this diamond materials as well, but less gold for sure. So yeah, these are the best, guys. These are both $24.99 each every 2 weeks. So that's what I would capitalize on. Don't spend anything else in the other offers or character shards, because the Strike Pass and Battle Pass is really where all the value is to be had, and got to give credit where credit's due, because I do believe Gobley's been doing a better and better job of this. There's a reset happening today as well for this one, so definitely check in to see how this is going to change. Hopefully they keep this up, but yeah, this is a great way to kind of build up a lot of resources and materials here for Dark Dimension 7 if you guys are interested in prioritizing that game mode. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Make sure you spend your money smart, obviously, because of the fact that this is going to take some time, and at the end of the day, if you're going to spend money in the game, might as well spend it where you're going to maximize your value. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.